noisette, mustard, and béarnaise. Guess what? Apart from just knowing these names, you're also going to learn how to make a couple of these sauces. Maltaise sauce is very similar to its mother sauce, Hollandaise, but it has a few different ingredients. The ingredients that you will need are the skin of orange or orange zest, egg yolks, clarified butter, vinegar, water, some salt to taste, and blood orange juice. Now we're ready to cook some sauce. Take some Hollandaise sauce in a bowl. Now add orange zest. Add some blood orange juice. Finally, mix well. Adjust the orange juice according to the desired taste. Your Maltaise sauce is now ready to serve. Pour it directly over your food. Not only does it taste delicious, but it also makes the dish stand out. Mousseline is different from its mother sauce, mainly because whipped cream is used to give it a different dimension. So let's see how to prepare this derivative of Hollandaise sauce. To prepare mousseline, you will need some Hollandaise sauce and some whipped cream. Now let's look at the process of preparing mousseline. Take some Hollandaise sauce in a bowl. Mix the cream spoon by spoon in the Hollandaise sauce. You can either serve the sauce immediately or store it in a warm place. Nevertheless, keep in mind that the maximum storage period for Hollandaise and all its derivatives is 4 hours. One more time, let's see how mousseline is prepared. This is a creamy and thick sauce that is made of egg yolk, salad oil, vinegar, and seasoning. Another variation of this sauce is Hollandaise sauce, in which instead of salad oil, we use butter. When we make mayonnaise today, we will see that the best part is that it's rather easy to make. To make the sauce, you will need the following ingredients: 2 egg yolks, 400 milliliters of salad oil, 15 milliliters of vinegar, salt and pepper for seasoning, and mustard paste. The quantity for each ingredient is for your reference. You can alter it slightly depending upon the taste. Moving on then. Now that we know the ingredients, let's take a look at the tools you will need to get started. You will need a mixing bowl, a whisk, a rubber spatula, bottle for the sauce. Now that we have all our equipment and ingredients, let's start cooking. Watch Chef Raj carefully. Put egg yolks and seasoning in a mixing bowl. And mix until you get a very thick and pale yellow mixture. Now add in the oil drop by drop and whisk it vigorously. It is important to mix in the oil slowly for it to mix properly with the egg yolk and form a smooth and creamy sauce. Next, add mustard and vinegar. Chef Raj always says that everyone has different tastes, so you can alter the quantity as per your taste. Now add in the oil drop by drop and whisk it vigorously. Once that's done, your sauce is ready. All you need to do is store it in a bottle and keep it in the refrigerator at a temperature between 5 and 7 degrees Celsius. Oh, and before I forget, I must tell you that you should not ever store it in the freezer because the sauce will de-emulsify. Your mayonnaise is now ready for consumption. Go ahead and serve it as you like it. Hold on, but before we go on, let's revise quickly how we just made mayonnaise so we don't forget. Now that we know how to make mayonnaise, we can actually use that as a base to create some derivative sauces. To create a derivative sauce, all you need to do is add a few ingredients to mayonnaise sauce. Some of the derivatives of mayonnaise sauce are tartar, remoulade, cocktail or Thousand Island dressing, verte. They sound delicious, right? I bet you want to learn how to make these. We'll begin with a cocktail sauce. Cocktail sauce is a derivative sauce of mayonnaise. The main ingredient of it is tomato ketchup, and it's used as a condiment with seafood delicacies. I'm sure you may have seen this in a bottled form at a store. Let's first see if we have all the necessary tools. You will need a mixing bowl and a rubber spatula. Cocktail sauce or Thousand Island sauce is made using the following ingredients. Approximately 100 milliliters of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup, around half a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and some Tabasco to taste. Note that these quantities are meant to make 100 milliliters of sauce. Now let's begin. Put the mayonnaise in the mixing bowl. Now add the tomato ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, and a few drops of Tabasco. Vary the Tabasco quantity based on your taste. Mix all the ingredients well to make an evenly flavored sauce. Let it stand for some time, say 10 minutes. You can serve the sauce immediately. If you want to use it later, store it in a cool place with a temperature below 7 degrees Celsius. And as usual, let's revise the steps before we move on to the next derivative sauce. Friends, derivatives of sauces are not just easy to make, but they also increase the flavor of specific foods they are served with. For example, the one which now we are going to make is the tartar sauce. It adds flavor to seafood dishes. If you haven't guessed already, let me clarify that we'll now learn how to make a tartar sauce. Once again, let's turn to Chef Raj and see what equipments and ingredients we will need to do this. We will need a mixing bowl and a rubber spatula. Move on to the ingredients. You will need 100 milliliters of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of chopped gherkins, 1 tablespoon of chopped capers, 1 tablespoon of chopped shallots, and 1 tablespoon chopped parsley. Remember to change these quantities based on the amount of sauce you need to make. Put all the ingredients in a bowl. 100 milliliters of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of chopped gherkins, 1 tablespoon of chopped capers, 1 tablespoon of chopped shallots, and 1 tablespoon chopped parsley. And mix all the ingredients well with a spatula. Once it is mixed well, let the sauce rest for 2 hours. This will help the flavor spread evenly. That's all you need to do. Serve the sauce with some yummy fried fish or fish and chips for best results. The process is simple enough, but let's do a quick recap anyway. Here are the steps. Note anything you've missed. What an interesting and simple lesson we had today, courtesy Chef. I'm sure you won't forget anything we learned today, but just in case you have, here's a summary. Mayonnaise sauce is an emulsified sauce which consists of egg yolks, salad oil, vinegar, mustard paste, and salt and pepper. Mayonnaise can be used as a base to prepare a variety of derivative sauces. Some of these derivative sauces are tartar. Cocktail tartar sauce is a seafood condiment which is made by mixing mayonnaise with gherkins, capers, shallots and parsley. Cocktail consists of tomato ketchup, Worcestershire sauce and a little Tabasco. So, are you all set to prepare the classic makhani? Okay then, to prepare the perfect makhani gravy, you will need the following ingredients. 3 large roughly chopped tomatoes, 2 cloves, 4 to 5 cashew nuts or kaju, 1 tablespoon of butter, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste or as it is called in Hindi, adrak lasan paste, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 3 tablespoons of fresh cream, 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala, half a teaspoon of fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi, 1 teaspoon sugar, and finally salt to taste. Along with the ingredients, you will also need the following tools: a large saucepan, a gas range to cook on, a strainer, and a flat ladle, and a mixer grinder. Here's a quick recap of the tools and ingredients before we move on to the procedure. Okay, so now that you have all the ingredients and the tools, you are all set to prepare makhani. Here is what you have to do. First, in a pan, combine the tomatoes, add cloves and cashew nuts, add half cup of water. And cook till soft. Next, strain using a strainer and blend this in a mixer. Make a smooth paste. Next, strain the paste using a strainer and keep this aside. Melt some butter in a saucepan and add cumin seeds to it. After the seeds crackle, add the ginger garlic paste. Then add the strained tomato paste, chili powder, garam masala, and sugar. Fresh cream, dried kasuri methi leaves, mix this well and bring to a boil. Keep this mixture aside to cool. You can now use this gravy as required. Before we move on, here's a quick look at the procedure for making the makhni gravy. Awesome! You can now prepare the perfect makhni. You can prepare dishes such as chicken makhni, paneer makhni, dal makhni and veg makhni with this basic makhni gravy. But you must remember the following when it comes to storing and using this gravy. Use this gravy on the same day to make the dishes of your choice. It tends to get spoilt pretty fast. If you have to store the gravy at all, store it in the deep freezer. Avoid adding butter and cream to it, as this may spoil the gravy on storing. Remember to cool the gravy completely. Pour in food-grade Ziploc bags or airtight containers and store under refrigerated conditions. Okay guys, great job! Today we learned to prepare the basic makhni gravy, and what a mouth-watering delicious fare Chef Raj presented before us. Here is a quick summary of the whole module. First, we learnt about the ingredients and tools used to prepare the makhni gravy. Here they are. We also learnt the procedure to prepare great makhni gravy for many great dishes. And lastly, we learnt the do's and don'ts while storing the makhni gravy for future use. Use this gravy on the same day to make the dishes of your choice. It tends to get spoilt pretty fast. If you have to store the gravy at all, store it in the deep freezer. Avoid adding butter and cream to it, as this may spoil the gravy on storing. Remember to cool the gravy completely. Pour in food-grade Ziploc bags or airtight containers and store under refrigerated conditions. Kadhai gravy is a tomato-based product that is flavored with ginger, garlic, green chilies and coriander leaves. Roasted dry red chilies, black peppercorns and coriander seeds are used as garnishes. It is used as a base for many dishes such as kadhai paneer, kadhai chicken and kadhai mutton. The basic kadhai gravy is reddish brown, semi-dry and tastes prominently of tomatoes. The red chilies give it a spicy edge. The tools and equipment needed are a gas range, a kadhai, a strainer, a ladle and a mixer grinder. Now that all our tools are in place, let's move on to the ingredients. You will need a tablespoon of coriander seeds, around 10 whole dry Kashmiri chilies, 2.5 tablespoons of oil, 2 tablespoons of finely chopped garlic or lasan, a tablespoon of finely chopped green chilies, 2.5 cups of chopped tomatoes, a 1/4 cup of tomato puree, a teaspoon of dried fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi as we call it, a teaspoon of garam masala, And finally, some salt to taste. Pay close attention to the preparation process now. Place the saucepan on the gas flame. Throw in the red chilies and coriander seeds or dhania seeds as it is known in India. Broil the ingredients together. Broiling is nothing but sautéing without oil. Once they have been cooked, remove them from the heat and allow them to cool. After they have cooled, put them in the mixer grinder and blend into a fine powder. Set aside.
Light the gas range and place the kadai.
Now, heat the oil in the kadhai. Add the powder that you had prepared in the mixer grinder. Again, let them saute for a few seconds. Add the garlic and saute it on a medium flame just for a few seconds. Now add onions and cook till brown. Throw in the green chilies and saute them for another 30 seconds. Cook on a medium flame for about 10 to 12 minutes or until the oil separates.
Add the tomatoes and cook until the oil separates.
Now add the tomato puree, dried fenugreek leaves, garam masala, salt, add water. and cook for around a minute or two. Kadhai gravy is now ready to be used. If you wish to store it for another day, you need to deep freeze it. Make sure it is cooled completely. Put it in Ziploc bags or an airtight container. Deep freeze it when required. Now that you know about kadhai gravy, I think you're ready to answer a few questions about it. Oh, but first, let me remind you of a few things. It is very important to cook according to the tastes of your customers, so if your customer has requested less spice, adjust the amount accordingly. Use the gravy on the same day you prepare it. If you intend to use it for another day, place it in the deep freezer in an airtight container or Ziploc pouch. Lababdar gravy is a traditionally Mughlai gravy made with sautéed onions, milk, cream and spices. This rich aromatic gravy makes a great combination with varied types of meat and especially with cottage cheese, or as we know it, paneer. Now let's join the chef to learn how to prepare this Lajawab Lababdar gravy. First, we look at the tools to be used. Looks like we'll need a saucepan, flat end spoons, a gas range, a ladle, and a mixer grinder. Next, let's check out the ingredients. Garam masala, milk, fresh cream, oil, some salt to taste, and finally, quarter cup of coriander, which will be used for garnishing. Before we begin cooking the gravy, we need to grind some ingredients to a paste. This paste will form the base of the gravy. These ingredients are onion paste, cashew paste, which is also known as kaju, garlic paste or lasan paste, ginger paste or adrak paste. Now that you have all the ingredients, pay attention to the procedure for preparing lababdar gravy. First, we will create the base for the gravy. This means we grind all the ingredients for the base. To remind you, these ingredients are onions, cashew nuts, garlic, ginger. Once you grind these to a fine and smooth paste, keep it aside. Now, put some oil into the saucepan and heat it on the gas range. When the oil becomes moderately warm, add onion paste, ginger garlic paste, chili paste, and cook into the kadhai and saute it till the mixture becomes golden brown and the oil separates from it. Continue to cook this over a low flame for almost 8 to 10 minutes. Now, add the garam masala and mix it well. Add cashew paste, next, add the milk and keep stirring. Mix it well and saute for 3 to 4 minutes. By now, your gravy should have a delicious, rich aroma. Add some cream to the gravy and cook for 2 to 3 more minutes. Finally, then add salt according to your taste. Mix it well and saute for 3 to 4 minutes. Remember to stir the mixture continuously or it might stick to the pan's base and we won't have uniformly cooked gravy. So keep stirring because we sure want a rich, creamy gravy without lumps. Take it out in a bowl and your gravy sauce is ready to use. Don't forget to garnish it with coriander as it enhances this gravy's flavor wonderfully. With that, it's time for a summary of all that we've learned today. Remember, to get a smooth, uniformly cooked and fine textured gravy, you have to keep stirring the gravy while cooking. This will also ensure that the gravy doesn't stick to the pan. As you already know, a sandwich is a food item that consists of a filling enclosed in bread. In restaurants, they are served with accompaniments such as wafers, lettuce leaves, julienne of cabbage or carrots, and French fries. There are 3 main components to any sandwich: the bread, the filling, and the spread. Bread is very important as it forms the base of the sandwich. You can have sandwiches made with sliced bread, buns, fresh bread, stale bread, multigrain bread, and many more types of bread. The filling is the heart of the sandwich. Different fillings give sandwiches distinct tastes and textures. Some commonly used fillings are vegetables, meat, eggs, and tuna. Bet you can use your creativity to think of some more. Finally, we come to the spread. The spread is an agent that brings together all the filling and the bread. It makes the sandwiches soft and tasty. Butter, mayonnaise, honey, and balsamic vinegar are some commonly used spreads. Many spreads are created by mixing two or more of these ingredients. Let's take a look at the different types of sandwiches. We have the basic closed sandwich, the club sandwich, the grilled sandwich. Now it's time for the fun part. Pay very close attention because you're going to learn about each of these sandwich types. Let's look at the humblest of them all, the basic closed sandwich. It's just 2 slices of bread, spread with butter or mayonnaise, and filled with meat, vegetables, or both. To make a basic closed sandwich, you will need 2 slices of bread, filling of your choice. You can use eggs, chicken, bacon, ham, sliced tomatoes, sliced cucumbers, cheese, etc. Some butter and some mayonnaise. You will need the following equipment. A wide chopping board since you're going to be cutting bread, bread knife, and a deep fat fryer. Okay, now that we have all our ingredients and equipment, it's time to dole out some sandwiches. For the basic closed sandwich, you will need 2 slices of bread. Spread a generous amount of butter on one of the slices. Be careful not to slather too much or your sandwich will be soggy, but too less and it will be dry. Now take the other bread slice and spread mayonnaise on it in a similar manner. That's about enough. Now arrange the filling. Place the second slice on top of the filling to close your sandwich. Trim the crust. Using the bread knife, cut the sandwich in half diagonally. Congratulations! You now know how to make a basic closed sandwich. Arrange the accompaniments. Now don't underestimate the basic closed sandwich. It's important that you know how to prepare it well. Let's have a quick recap. Now for our second type of sandwich, the club sandwich. Club sandwiches use 3 slices of bread and twice the filling of basic closed sandwiches. You can imagine why it's such a popular choice for a quick lunch. Let's see how to prepare this mammoth sandwich. First, let's make sure we have all our ingredients. You will need 3 slices of bread, whichever meat and vegetables you require as per the recipe. Here we're going to use eggs, chicken, bacon, ham, tomato slices, cucumber slices and cheese, butter and mayonnaise. Now let's see the different equipment that you will need. A toaster, a white color chopping board, a bread knife and a deep fat fryer. Now we're all set to make a delicious club sandwich. First, place the 3 slices of bread in a toaster or salamander. Put it on a medium setting. You want your bread to turn golden, not brown. Take 2 of your 3 slices and apply mayonnaise on each of them. This is the slice that will go in the middle of your club sandwich. Now on the third slice, apply mayonnaise. These 2 slices will form the top and the bottom of your sandwich. Take one of the slices on which mayonnaise has been applied. Place a lettuce leaf on the mayo, like so. Arrange the tomato slices Arrange the cucumber slices Arrange the onion rings. Season with salt and pepper. And cheese on it. Next, take the buttered slice and add cooked chicken. Now add fried egg. It's time to put the sandwich together. Top it up with a final slice of bread. Pierce each of the 4 pieces with a toothpick each. This is to ensure that the contents of the sandwich don't spill out. Now using the bread knife, cut off the edges of the sandwich carefully and neatly. Very, very neatly. Cut the sandwich into half diagonally so that you get 2 big triangles. Then cut it again in the opposite direction. So that you get 4 small triangles. This makes it easier to eat. Arrange the pieces attractively in a plate and serve them up with accompaniments as per the menu. Generally, club sandwiches are served with coleslaw, French fries, potato wedges, or mayonnaise. Club sandwiches are served hot, so make sure that yours gets out on time. Does the extra layer make it difficult to remember? Don't worry, here's a quick recap on how to prepare a club sandwich. Now it's time to learn about grilled sandwiches. These sandwiches are stuffed with delicious meats and veggies and then grilled in a sandwich griller. This gives the sandwich oozing warmth and a satisfying crunch. A sure shot recipe for success. Let us have a look at the ingredients that you will require. 2 slices of bread, filling as per your choice. For this recipe, we're going to use bacon, cheese and veggies, butter and mayonnaise. Now for the equipment. You will need a sandwich griller, a wide chopping board, a bread knife and a deep fat fryer. Now we're all set to start making that grilled sandwich. Let us first put the cut potatoes in the deep fat fryer. Take the 2 slices of bread and place them on the wide chopping board. Apply mayonnaise to one side of both the slices. Now arrange the filling on one slice. Make sure that you do this neatly and carefully. Keep in mind that you shouldn't use leafy vegetables with high water content, or the grilling process will make it soggy. Place the second slice on top of the first one and close the sandwich. Next, you need to butter the sandwich from the outside. But don't use too much. It is just to grease the sandwich a little so that it doesn't stick in the sandwich griller. After that, place the sandwich in the griller and allow it to grill for about 3 to 4 minutes at a temperature of 140 to 150 degrees Celsius. However, some customers may want it less or more grilled, so you may need to use your own judgment. Remove the sandwich from the griller once it's done. Trim the edges. Cut the sandwich into half diagonally. Place the sandwich in a plate and serve it with accompaniments as per the menu. Serve hot. Haven't gotten down all the steps, is it? So here they are once again. Some other type of sandwiches are tea sandwich. These are delicate little sandwiches cut into bite-sized pieces and with the crusts removed. French sandwich. They are prepared by using the traditional long French loaf. The loaf is cut into half horizontally and stuffed with filling. Now I have a very interesting sandwich for you. Pinwheel sandwiches are not only a delight to look at, but they also taste delicious. Loaf sandwiches are made with long loaves of bread. Ribbon sandwiches are many layered sandwiches that use colorful contrast. Sometimes even breads of contrasting colors are also used. Open-faced sandwiches use only one slice of well-toasted bread. The filling is topped over this bread and the sandwich may be cooked in the oven. Canapes are bite-sized delicacies that can be cut into little circles, squares, or even shapes like stars. The toppings are placed on top. Are you having trouble distinguishing a ribbon sandwich from a grilled one? Don't get your shots in a twist. Let's have a look at all the different types once again. We have the basic closed sandwich, the tea sandwich, the club sandwich, the grilled sandwich, the French sandwich, the pinwheel, the loaf, the ribbon, the open-faced sandwich, and canapes. But before you put on your aprons, there are some things that you should keep in mind while preparing sandwiches. There are hot sandwiches and cold sandwiches. Make sure that you know the difference and send the hot sandwiches to the customers before they lose their heat. Some sandwiches require you to cut off the crusts. Make sure that this is done very neatly to show off the beautiful layers in your sandwich. This is a very important part of the presentation. The process of grilling extracts the water from the veggies and makes the bread go soggy. Hence, it is advisable to avoid leafy vegetables which have high water content. Cucumbers, tomatoes, and lettuce should be used sparingly.
I am looking after payment related works there. So today I am going give lecture on topic 1, subsoil drainage and